Which soapy would you say is your favorite out of all the ones you've done? You've done so many.
All of them.
All of them.
No, but you know what? My favorite would be Isidingo.
Isidingo.
Because Isidingo was, Pumla Hopper, who is, I think she's, who was actually, when it ended, was the executive producer for Isidingo, or supervising producer, whatever the title she was. And I went to her office one time and she showed me the first ever episode of Isidingo. I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And at that time, I mean, Isidingo was hardcore. It was, you could see on screen the grit and the roughness, and you can even you could even smell what you are watching. So it was nice.
And movies, you've done so many movies, man. Yeah.
Movies, you know what? I mean, I will tell you, because these ones, I co-produced with Kenneth and Jen Turner. My favorite is White Wedding and Paradise Top.
No way.
But yeah.
Not even Jerusalem.
No. Yeah, because I'm biased. That's what it is. That is my
your baby.
Yeah. Those are my babies. So Jerusalem.
Yeah.
It was lovely.
How did you become friends with Kenneth and Kosi? I was actually with them last week at the airport.
Yeah. Kenneth used to attend the Market Theatre Lab.
Okay.
Yeah. Used to go there. So, not because, when I came back, I used to hang out a lot, go Market Theatre, and I used to visit Market Theatre Lab and stuff like that. That's when I met Kenneth. And we became friends, and we've been friends, tight.
Yeah, still best friends. And you guys own a production house together, ne?
Yeah, we Stepping Stone Pictures. Yeah, that's the one that produced
White Wedding.
White Wedding and some other stuff.
So when do you decide? Because it seems like everybody's doing this, where the veteran actors and actresses start their own production. Looking at House Connie Ferguson, who's doing Love and Hip Hop again? Sonia Mbele.
Yeah.
When does that transition happen?
You know what? I mean, acting. I think, more especially here in South Africa, it's not sustainable. And it's not sustainable. And also people kind of like they treat actors like just a piece of furniture. More often than not, I mean, you have to demand respect, and you have to fight for it. And for people like Bo Koni, Bo Sonia, Bo Rapulana, it should be a given.
Yes.
It should be a given for you.
You've earned the right. Yeah.
You've earned. Yeah. The kind of things that Bo Denzel Washington,
100%.
Overseas and stuff like that, and Bonet, they are also given. That support, that, and people like, and I'm not South Africa, people like that thing. I mean, look, I have another chance ceiling. What does that mean?
Open up the industry.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm like,
squeeze it in.
I'm 55. I can't be competing with a 20-year-old. Really? How is that possible? But I mean, it's about now also because, you've been, in this industry for such a long time. You feel, there's more that you can give than just the roles that you create on screen or on stage. So I think that's,
But why is it like that? Because the industry here is booming. There's money to be made.
There is money to be made. By whom? By whom? I mean, now, sometimes I laugh at this fact. You're sitting there with a bunch of people, and suddenly NFVF, National Film and Video Foundation, would, in actual fact, put you under one umbrella and say, all of you are filmmakers. And you're like, okay, what did you do? And this guy, no, I shot there's something that I shot on my iPhone, or I did shoot something, a short film, and now suddenly I'm competing with that boy for the same status. I mean, I don't understand. I'm like, number one, a National and Film, National Video and Film Foundation should be, kind of like there are filmmakers and there are upcoming filmmakers, and there has to be that distinction. You can't just, or put the, and no one. I think people do not understand what goes into production. I don't think people who are, in a position to make decisions, I don't think they know what it means. People think, like you guys, people think, it's just the two of you, and then you're just having fun, and you go home,
Most of the times we do,
but it's not that.
Nobody, it's not.
There's podcasts all over now.
Yeah, that's why. Suddenly everybody wants to have a podcast. Why do you want to know MacG? But why years or Linanga years? There was one time, I met up with this, great musician, this guy, and he looked at me and he was like, raps. One of that role in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
That's my role.
Wow.
I would have killed that.
Hey, why is Zola saying that, man?
I wanna that song in a way, Shia, that song. That's my song, man. I would have done wonders with that song. It's not like that. People do that, seriously. And you're like, no.
Yeah.
And you're right about, and it takes a lot. Yeah. People think, this thing, you woke up yesterday and today it was what it is right now. But there's a whole lot of things that you did to get it to where it is. I mean, it's like Bo Connie, Connie Ferguson. Connie, it's not like, she woke up one day and she had, Ferguson Films and early the late Shona. No. They worked really hard.
And you guys should be paid what's due to you. I mean, look in America, dog. Like, Tom Cruise does one movie a year, gets 20 mil, he's done.
That's it.
People, that's it for now. When I go into Rapulana, there's this role that I want to do. Beautiful. Then the next thing, we talk money. Then Motaro, this is all we have. And I'm like, okay, just, if that's all you have, good for you. But not.
So why don't you go to Hollywood then? Like Dr. John Gunny?
No, but
you don't have any ambitions to...
Nah.
For real?
And most people, they don't know. People don't know. They're like, why are we putting
and is there money?
Is
there money in like movies and stuff? So if I spend 20 million on a movie, how much would I be able to get back?
I mean, Ronald, I will tell you now, and I'm talking from our experience.
Sure.
Our first movie that we produced was White Wedding.
Yeah.
Our initial thing was, we'll spend $1 million.
Of course.
And we'll shoot it as quickly as we can.
Yes.
And we raised that 1 million.
Yeah.
But we ended up actually spending 6 million on that. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
The second one, which was Paradise Top, we spent 12 million on it. But the good thing, we made that money back.
Yeah. So you break even.
That money back. Yeah. So right now, it's like, if I told you, you see White Wedding on ET or on SABC, it's money that we are getting paid. So we are licensing it to them. If you see it on Netflix, we are licensing it to Netflix.
So the money's in the licensing.
Yeah, the money's in the licensing. When in the comeback, like after the fact.
So Blood and Water, production like Blood and Water, they licensed that?
No, Blood and Water, it was, I don't know. Because this is how Netflix works.
Yeah.
Netflix, you can produce your own thing.
Okay.
And license it to them. So with your own money.
With your own money.
And they will pay you.
All right.
Yeah, for licensing fees. Or you can do a co-production with Netflix.
Netflix.
Or Netflix can give you the money and they will own it for, I'm talking about intellectual property.
Yeah.
They will own it for like 7 years and after that give it back to you.
Oh, that's when it says Netflix original.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when it says Netflix original, yeah.
Oh, so Blood and Water, which one does that fall
Blood and Water, it's Netflix original.
Oh.
Yeah, because I worked with the production house that did Blood and Water last year in around June, July.
Yeah.
Gambit Films, great people, and they're producing great work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also about the quality of the work. I mean, that you put up and you put out, and sometimes our audience, we belittle them because we produce crap and we give them crap.
Yeah.
And they gobble it up.
Yeah.
And people are like, yeah, people are watching these things. Yeah, because there's nothing else to watch.
100%.